As our student veterans, you represent the spirit we aspire to in our Georgetown community. A dedication to service, a commitment to sacrifice, a devotion to making our nation and our world a better place.
I'm joined today by David Shearman. David is the Veterans Office Coordinator for Georgetown University, where he serves as a liaison between the student veterans and the campus resources. Before coming to Georgetown, David was a non-commissioned officer with the U.S. Army Infantry. During that time, he was stationed in Iraq, Kosovo, and Germany. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Foreign Affairs and a Master of Arts in Security Studies from Georgetown University. David, welcome to Hiring America.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for having me.
You created a Veterans Office, which was essentially a brand new department within the university. Why was this so important?
So the student veterans at Georgetown helped raise the issue with the university that we needed more support. We needed more specific answers to the questions to help us make good decisions about our enrollment, about our education. It was all our student veterans that came together that helped identify this need. They organized a student group, Georgetown University Student Veteran Association, which is a chapter of the National Student Veterans of America organization.
It's challenging typically for any student when they're signing up for college or university for the first time. But talk to me about the unique challenges to student veterans.
Right. So if you think about who are our veterans, where are they coming from? They come from all sorts of different backgrounds. All of our veterans are going to have some kind of difference in their knowledge of higher education, their exposure to it. They don't have the same kind of natural influencers, the same kind of support systems that your traditional college students have. A lot of veterans, they don't have a number of family members that have gone to college. So they don't have that kind of natural knowledge that a lot of students get.
So what is the program at Georgetown doing to make sure that student veterans get that information, or future student veterans, I should say?
So that's one of the big focuses for my office is helping to do that outreach. We want to get the word out to them and let them know that, hey, if you really want to excel and succeed and go places, look at a school like Georgetown. If we can invest some resources in educating them on, hey, this is college, this is university, this is how you make yourself competitive according to the existing guidelines, in most cases, we're going to see our student veterans be very successful.
And when student veterans are when they become students, I should say, tell me about some of the challenges that they typically face and what you look out for.
One of the big questions is, one, how am I going to pay for school? And this was part of the reason why the Student Veteran Association lobbied so much for the creation of this office. One of the big questions is, how do I use my GI Bill benefits? What are they going to pay for? And what's going to be left over? How am I going to finance all this stuff? So that's one thing that I do a lot, and that's from the time that we have a veteran as a prospective student, thinking about applying during the application process, and then definitely once they get accepted and they're coming into Georgetown, I work closely with them to figure out what they're eligible for as far as their VA education benefits, figure out what that's going to mean for them in terms of paying for school, and then help them navigate any other kind of procedural steps to get on campus, get started, and be successful.
How does it make you feel, being that you were in these shoes as a student veteran, to help so many student veterans at the university who were struggling to find their way? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's the best part of my job is when I can sit down with, in many cases, a service member that's still on active duty, and they're going to be transitioning off of active duty within the next 6 months or a year, and they're starting to think, what am I going to do? And when I can sit down with them in my office and I can tell them about my story and the path that I took, and if I can help inspire them to aim a little higher, to reach for maybe a higher goal than what they were looking for themselves, when I can do that, that's when I've really done my job, and that's when it really means a lot to me.
You were recognized pretty recently. Tell us about that.
We were. So Georgetown was recently recognized by U.S. News & World Report. We were ranked #1 as the best national university for veterans for 2015.
Must make you feel pretty good. You're on the right track, I guess.
So we're all really excited at Georgetown to have that honor. And we're really excited because I think it's going to give us more opportunities to talk about what we're doing at Georgetown and to talk about, why is it important for a school like Georgetown? Why is it important for us to understand our service members and our veterans, understand their needs and what they're looking for, and then to help welcome them with all the experience and the talents, the values that they bring from their military service? Those are things that we really value at Georgetown.
So tell us where we can find out more about your Veterans Office.
Yeah, absolutely. So the easiest way, if you're looking for a website to read, if you go to the Georgetown website, georgetown.edu, just search veterans, and mine will be the first page that comes up. And then if you're interested in looking at our Student Veteran Association and some of the great work that they're doing, they have an acronym, because that is military, so you have to get your acronyms in. So their acronym is GUSVA.org.
David, thank you so much for your time. This was a real pleasure for me.
Thank you, Lauren. Thanks for having me.